Morning, guys. It is Sunday the 18th, I think. We had a pretty good storm that came by. I started getting alarms on my phone around 4:15 or so. So we were not expecting it to be this bad, and now we're pretty much assessing all the damage. We have a ton of limbs and trees around the property. The main ones are right adjacent to the house, which I'll post some. I'll put some photos in here somewhere. And I have some damage on my car. I got passenger side fender, front fender. A limb came down and did damage. The mirror and the A-frame. I think it's called the A-frame on that same side, and also the roof of the car. I got dents and broken. Not the broken mirror, the mirror part, but the outside part of the mirror. So, and we have, like I said, we have a bunch of trees down. I stated in one of my, actually I think it was my first video that I posted. I love country living. I mentioned something in regards to that we stop trying to make the fences look pretty. We focus on keeping them, just making them, forgot what I mentioned in the video, just functional. That's what we need, just functional fencing, because we were focusing on trying to make them look pretty, and then before you know it, a storm comes and takes the fence down. Or then you have limbs on it, or the animals do put some stress on the fences, or may push and bend certain parts of it. But the main reason why we stopped trying to keep them pretty is the storms. Because like I said, we have a lot of trees in the property, and if it's not a limb or a branch, it's a tree. So I'm gonna switch the camera right now. I don't know which side's gonna be better, if I use it with this camera or if I just switch it. I think we're just gonna try to switch it. So this is gonna be, I think this is gonna be the worst section of it. It's gonna require a lot of work, so I'll swap it. So yeah, I'll back up so you can see it a little bit better. There's that. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, and that thing is taller than me. So with a video or photo, it's kind of hard to judge unless I put something in there for scale. But it just lifted the fence. Not only that, but also it took down and pushed down some other trees. And this is what I'm more concerned about as far as the cleanup goes, because that section there is under a lot of stress. So needless to say, I will not be messing with that part anytime soon. For the time being, what I'm gonna focus on is, after we take everything else, it's gonna be cutting right about here and cleaning this part out and making sure the fence is nice and sound up to here. And I'm gonna drive other T-posts and then just go around this section right here, and then back down about another, I don't know, 20 yards maybe. So yeah, this is going to be the main part. Like I said, that small tree is about, on the bent part, is about 8-9 inches or so, but it's under a lot of stress, and I am not snapping that, because it will spring back and hit me or hit something. So I'm gonna see if I can catch something else coming this way. Close to the top, and there's another tree that is pushing down on or against. And I'll back up. Oh, thank you, Jesus. The sun is coming out. And that tree, the one that fell, keeps going up. See how tall it is even when it's down? Okay, so now they'll give you a sense of how big the trunk section was at the bottom. So, beautiful sky. Cannot deny that. Beautiful sky. All right, guys, we have our work cut out. It's ironically, I took a few days off. I took Friday off. I had a doctor's appointment. Saturday and Sunday were my days off. Yesterday we went to Oklahoma, Wendy and I, to a livestock horse auction. They had a bunch of horse stack from 1 until 5, and then at 5:30 they started the horses. We had a great time there. And today we're planning on, Wendy's feeling a little bit better, we're planning on going riding here, what we call the loop. It's a 2-hour, about 7.5 miles. And we were planning on going riding in the morning and maybe tackling some stuff around the property. But Mother Nature, I hate to say it, she needs to take her meds because she has been all over the place the past few months. And I'm also off work today because it's Sunday, tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm off those 3 days because I took those 3 days off. So now whatever plans I had, well, it's a small price to pay. Country living, I expect the unexpected, and you know, I still love it. We still love every minute of it. You never know what you're gonna come home to. You never know what you're gonna get up in the morning and see when you step outside, which, like I said, I'm gonna post some photos of the trees on the house. Well, like very large limbs. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here and peace. We just got started checking the back fence, and like we literally just started, and we're not starting well. I mean, the very first thing we notice in the backside is this. I'll just turn the camera around. So we have this. Like I said, we just started walking the fence, and then there's that right there. Yeah. Wife, you can wave. Yeah. So, and there's a fence right there. So, of course, not only did the tree fall across the fence, but also took some other trees along with it. Anyhow, like I said, and we're just starting checking the fence on the back. So, it's like you never know what you're gonna get, but that's okay. That's okay. At least all the animals are good. I don't know how many of you are aware when about 2 years ago, one of our horses was impaled by a large tree that fell, but he survived. He's got a big dent, if you will, on his back. He was impaled, and we had to take him to the vet. The vet, after sedation, dug a big piece of the limb out. But I am glad, I hate to say it, but I'm glad it happened to Big Baba Bugsy, which is our biggest horse that we have. If it would have happened to any of the other horses, that would have been I would not be talking about him actually, because it would have been a devastating event. But you know, thank God nothing happened this time, other than maybe a little property damage and a lot of hard work. But that's okay, because like I said, nothing goes to waste around here. Once we secure the fences, hey, the goats are gonna have a feast. Before I start firing up the chainsaw, I will let the goats out, and we're gonna isolate them. The first thing is gonna be the yard around the house, which, like I said, I'm gonna post photos in this video, like either before or after, if you haven't seen them already. And once they take care of the leaves in the front yard, or around the house, I will either put them on the front pasture or the back side of the property. and they will, like I said, they love leafy things, if you will. All right, guys, until the next clip. Peace. Video. Another large tree down, but like I said, nothing goes to waste. This is white oak, which is a shame that happened, but it will be excellent firewood once the goats get through with it. We're actually sitting on it right now. There's a tree right there, and then it goes all the way up that way. So I'll see if I can take a video of it. Just from that side, there's Wendy and the dogs and some debris that it was brought by the storm. And the tree goes that way and somewhere over there. Keeps on going that way and it goes up that way. Yeah, it's a large tree for sure. Yeah, it goes that way. Anyhow, like I said, nothing goes to waste. Even with all this work that we have to do, we still love living in the country. Small price to pay, I guess.